Hello everybody, this is Yoko's Anime Reactions, and yeah, you can see a lot of books here, and yeah, I had no idea that this was a manga. I thought it was a light novel. I don't know why, because when I checked the Wikipedia page, it just mentioned a manga and an anime, so I should have known better. Oh well. But yeah, I do have Rising of the Shield Hero, and I do have Log of Horizon. And also have the other three books of the Black Mage series. But this is something completely different right here. This is not an anime yet, because I think it came out as a light novel July 27th of this year, which is 2021 for if this ends up being watched next year. So I actually put up a poll asking you guys, do you want me to pick up light novels that have either not been made into anime yet, or I have not seen the anime for? Shoot, there's plenty of examples of that, but this is one of an anime that has not been made yet. And I didn't know if I should or not because, I know all the information when they finally make an anime of it, so I would kind of already have it spoiled. And that's part of the reason why I hadn't done that yet, where I hadn't picked up, a light novel like this. Because everything would be spoiled for me. But maybe it'll be made into an anime in the next few years or something, and we won't have to worry, because maybe I'll forget some of the stuff. If I haven't, if I'm caught up, for example, on the light novel. Anyway, let us start. Hang on. Let me go back to the beginning. Chapter 1, A Walking Egg. Part 1. Hang on, let me see if I can go further. No, that's just the... That's that. Hang on. Oh! I almost forgot to put it in full screen mode. There we go. Okay, this is going to be part 1 for volume 1 of Reincarnated into it. Reincarnated as Dragon Hatchling, which I wish they could have made an anime out of it already, and that'll probably be a bit. It sounds like something similar to that time I got reincarnated as a slime. So, actually, yeah, it is kind of the same, because in the light novels, Rimuru had to keep working and working and working to get as strong as he did, even though he had that OP skill Predator and Great Sage. This time, the main character doesn't have any of that. I woke up in the dark, feeling dazed and hot, like my head was on fire. I couldn't think straight. I felt trapped and lonely. Despite these awful feelings, an inexplicable sense of relief washed over me. Then something split with a crack. A single beam of light entered my stuffy, pitch-black world. I peered through to take a look outside. Seeing through the narrow hole was difficult, but I could faintly make out sunlight filtering through tree branches. So, I guess I'm in a forest or something? I tried to stand up, but another cracking sound came from beneath my feet. At first, I thought I'd stepped on something. Then I realized I'd actually stepped through something. Hang on. I tried to look down at my feet to check, but for some reason, my neck was stuck. I couldn't budge it at all. What the heck happened to me? As soon as I wondered that, a display that reminded me of a video game screen popped into my head. Species, Dragon Egg. Status, normal. Level 1 of 5. HP, 5 of 5. MP, 1 of 1. Attack, 1. Defense, 3. Magic, 1. Agility, 10. Rank, 1. Special skills, Eggshell level unavailable. Divine Voice, level 1. Resistance skills, Physical resistance, level 1. Normal skills, Roll, level 1. View status, level 1. Title skills, Dragon King Sun, level unavailable. Walking Egg, level unavailable. How are they supposed to attack? Huh? What, roll into something? That could break the egg, and that's not good. Isn't this just like that thing that always pops up in RPGs? Next, a line of text appeared inside my head. Status screen has been opened. Huh? A status screen? What's going on? What does this mean? Status screen displays the numerical value of blank's abilities in a simplified text box. Wait, did you just answer me? Special skill Divine Voice level 1 is an ability which explains status attributes and items. It can also provide information regarding changes in status. What? I really have no idea what's going on. Hang on, is this a game or something? Special skill Divine Voice level 1 is unable to provide that explanation. You can hear that a lot in this, so far from what I've read. Huh? You keep saying level 1. Does that mean you could provide the explanation if I level up this Divine Voice thing or whatever? Also, who's speaking to me right now? Special skill Divine Voice level 1 is unable to provide that explanation. Who are you? And more importantly, where am I? Special skill Divine Voice level 1 is able to provide that explanation. That's 3 times. At least twice it's already popped up. This conversation was beginning to feel pointless, like trying to play catch with yourself by throwing a baseball against the wall. The voice kept evading the important questions with canned phrases. I doubted that I was talking to an actual person. It seemed a little more like a machine. I decided to give up on getting answers from the weird voice inside my head and instead tried to look for someone I could actually understand. I peered through the crack again. It's so hard to see, though. Can't I do something about this? Not being able to see my feet is especially dangerous. Whoa, I lost my footing. Ouch! I definitely fell from something tall just now. Apparently, I'd been nestled up in a tree. That is dangerous! Why put a baby egg that can start moving around on its own in a tree? On a cliff, maybe, because then it'd have some room to move around, but a tree, one wrong step, and then boom, you're dead. Well, they can say they're a cliff, but at least you'd have more room to move around on a cliff, possibly. Especially if you're a dragon. I mean, dragons are huge. I somehow survived the fall, even though it felt like I fell from pretty high up. Gained resistance skill, fall resistance level 1. Resistance skill? Does that mean surviving the fall powered me up? Oh, my HP decreased from 5 to 3 on the status screen. If it gets to 0, do I die? Oh no, this is a dream, right? This has to be a dream. Gained special skill, Klutz, level 1. Now that's just rude. What's your problem, Divine Voice? What gives you the right to spy on me and make fun of me in the first place, huh? Why even bother to call it a special skill when it's literally just an insult? Special skill, Divine Voice level 1 is unable to provide that explanation. You irritating little... You're doing this on purpose just to aggravate me, aren't you? Whatever, I'll just get stressed out if I let this stupid voice get to me. I wanted to check out the tree I just fell out of, but I couldn't look that far up. The crack was too small for me to see much through it, and more importantly, I still couldn't move my neck. What the heck is wrong with it anyway? Oh, hey, there's a pool of water over there. I'll go look at my reflection to see what's up. I somehow managed to waddle over to the water and look down. Instead of my reflection, I saw a big egg. It had 2 small holes for the eyes and 2 more for the stubby feet. The shell was covered in hairline cracks. By any standards, this was just an incredibly peculiar egg. Excuse me. Huh? What is that? I was expecting my reflection, not some monster in the water waiting to attack me. It scared the shell out of me. Is this a joke or something? Yeah, there's a lot of puns that he unintentionally makes. Wait, it's still there, and when I shift to look, it moves. Is that me? That's really me. I'm an egg. No way. What the heck is going on here? Answer me, Divine Voice. Dragon rank F rank monster. A baby dragon that is sentient even in its unhatched state. Since it's not yet fully developed, it will die if the egg breaks. That's why I said, probably not a good idea to put your egg up in a tree. This has got to be some kind of weird joke. Joke. I can't believe that's me. This is about as bad as letting a little fetus walk around and think on its own. Yeah, I agree. It is alert but powerless. Its brain is underdeveloped and its only ability is rolling. Hey, whose brain is underdeveloped? I'm thinking all kinds of things right now in case you weren't aware. Although quite dangerous when grown, the developing embryo is prized as a delicacy due to its rarity and delicious flavor. Now you're calling me delicious? You're the absolute worst, Divine Voice. Therefore, it is common practice among adventurers to kill it on sight and take the egg. This is not advised, however, because the parent dragon may be nearby and can follow the egg's scent. No, what? You're kidding, right? Kill it on sight? I'm an egg, not a cockroach. And what do you mean adventurers and dragons? What's going on? Oh, poor thing. Wait, what part of it? Where's the... Okay, there's the eye, I think. Right? Oh boy. Part 2. 2 wild days passed as I ran away from progressively weirder and weirder monsters, hungry black crocodiles, and gigantic mean bugs. All I knew for certain was that I woke up in some kind of crazy forest and I was an egg. This forest couldn't be in Japan. I was definitely in some other country. I wasn't sure which one, but there had to be plenty of places out there filled with hungry black crocodiles and gigantic mean bugs, not to mention klutzy walking eggs and scary four-armed bears. Four-armed bears? That's terrifying. So you're definitely not in your world anymore because dragons don't exist in your world. Okay, so I didn't really know that much about the world outside Japan. I should have studied more. I had no idea things were so terrible overseas. It made me want to cry. Really, you think that this is like this in Japan, outside Japan? If that was the case, Japan would have some of this stuff, especially the dragons. During all this, I gained 2 more skills: hunger resistance and poison resistance. I had unlocked both of them when I got so hungry I ate a random mushroom I found. How did you eat it? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because the only holes in that thing are for the eyes and the feet. So where did the hole for the mouth come from? Did he make a hole? Because as far as I know, he doesn't have a hole for a mouth. So how on earth did he eat a mushroom? Or is the shell his actual body and its food could just go through it? I got a terrible stomachache, and I mean terrible. I was totally at death's door. It hurt so bad that my whole life flashed before my eyes. Well, all 2 days of it so far. Afterward, though, getting new skills made the pain worth it. I decided to try practicing my skills, starting with roll. All I had to do was focus, and then I just instinctively began to move. Before long, I was rolling all over the woods. Zoom! Rolling was so fun that I kept it up. Before I knew it, roll hit level 2. Then I rolled up a cliff, and fall resistance was level 2, too. Nice. The impact of the fall widened the crack in my shell so I could even see better. The trade-off was that I almost died. Hey, Divine Voice, I'm really tired. I just want to go home, take a shower, and eat a bag of chips. How do I do that? Special skill Divine Voice level 1 is unable to provide that explanation. You can't just... This is not a game where you can just log off. This is real life. Can I really level with you for a sec? I'm so lonely that I feel like I'm going to die. I really think I'm about to start crying. Can eggs cry? I don't know. Gained resistance skill, loneliness base resistance level 1. Oh, hey, thanks, I guess. You really don't have to go to all that trouble. I appreciated the gesture, but that wasn't what I actually wanted. I wanted to feel someone else's warmth. I didn't want to be strong. I wanted to live my life as a man, no, an egg, who acknowledged his own weakness. It sounded ridiculous when I phrased it like that. What was I even doing before I wound up here anyway? I couldn't remember at all. I knew I was Japanese, and I was pretty sure that monsters didn't exist. What's more, I wasn't even sure if I was a guy or a girl. I felt like a guy, but how could I know? Did I get kidnapped and taken to some secret lab where they messed with my body and shipped me off to some other country to fight four-armed bears? Well, Divine Voice, what's your guess? Gain title skill Just an Idiot level 1. What the heck is such a skill like that? Cut it out. This is starting to actually hurt my feelings. Also, can you stop being so clinical? Just talk to me normally. Oh, wait, don't tell me. You're actually secretly shy or something. Since I kept accumulating all these strange skills, I decided to check the status grade again. Over the past 2 days, I'd learned that the same as it worked with the roll. If I focused hard enough, I could make that display pop up in my head whenever I wanted. Useful, right? Species, Dragon Egg. Status, normal, level 1 of 5. HP, 5 of 5. MP, 1 of 1. Attack, 1. Defense, 3. Magic, 1. Agility, 10. Rank, F. Special skills, Eggshell level, unavailable. Divine Voice, level 1. Resistance skill, Physical resistance, level 1. Fall resistance, level 2. Hunger resistance, level 1. Poison resistance, level 1. Loneliness resistance, level 1. Normal skills, roll level 2. View status, level 1. Title skills, Dragon King Sun level unavailable. Walking Egg level unavailable. Klutz level 2. Just an Idiot level 1. Hey, my Klutz skill leveled up too. Not that I needed a reminder. The status thing is pretty useful though. I'm guessing it leveled up again when you fell off a cliff again. My HP seemed to recover with sleep. After that fall, I had been extra careful not to get hurt over the past 2 days. I stayed far away from monsters and satiated my hunger with fallen fruit and small bugs. When I got thirsty, I drank the water from a cool... How did you... I still don't get it. How did he do that? When I ate suspicious mushrooms, I arrived in unbelievable agony. In other words, I did my best to survive. I resisted the bugs at first, but eventually got hungry enough to give in to desperation. Better than the mushrooms, at least. To be real for a second, I felt kind of pathetic that I'd only held out for 2 days on my stomach and eating bugs line. Or my staunch no-eating bugs line before I gave in. But who could blame me? This hunger was way worse than any I remembered experiencing as a human. Maybe I was going through a growth spurt? I was an egg after all. If I wasn't going through a growth spurt now, then when would I be? I mean, it did say you were like a fetus, essentially, in that egg. So, I mean, you have to, gain nutrition in order to grow and eventually hatch. The divine voice kept saying stuff about me being a baby dragon, but I sure didn't feel like one. Was I growing at all? Did I level up before I could get bigger? How, though? By fighting monsters? There was no way I could do that. I was an egg. Wait, eggs hatch in nests, don't they? I thought I fell out of a tree, but what if I actually fallen out of a dragon's nest in the tree? I should go back and check. I think it's over there. Oh, no. A grotesque caterpillar thing had crawled out from between the trees. I've been to the trees. No! No! Don't go back. I've been too deep in this whole thinking business to notice. Uh-oh. This gigantic gross bug was a dark worm, and it had been playing hide and seek with me ever since the day I got here. To be clear, I was the one who was hiding. Besides the dark worm, the forest monsters mostly politely ignored me, and as long as I stayed still, most of the animals would just right past me, too. The divine voice mentioned that dragon parents attacked anyone who touched a dragon egg. Maybe the other animals knew about that too, I would assume. But then, why did this stupid dark worm keep coming after me? I squinted at it, bringing up my view status skill. Species, dark worm, status, normal, level 3 of 8. HP, 8 to 12. Oh, it's been damaged. MP, 3 of 5. Attack, 5. Defense, 2. Magic, 3. Agility, 8. Rank, F. Special skills, caterpillar level, unavailable. Resistance skills, poison resistance, level 1. Normal skills, bite, level 1. Call allies, level 2. Uh-oh. Title skills, egg eater. Uh-oh, you in trouble. That's not good. Egg eater, level 1. Uh-oh, yeah, that wasn't good. Its stats were nearly all higher than mine. I had slightly better agility, which is probably how I'd accidentally managed to outrun it so far. And I definitely didn't love the look of that title skill, Egg Eater level 1, I know. That must have been why this creep was following me. It definitely earned that skill by eating, although I don't even want to imagine it. We weren't going to be friends. There would be no mutual understanding between me and the dark worm. And even if I got away for a while, it totally had the vibe of a jerk who'd ambush me in my sleep. Great. But I also noticed that its HP was pretty low. Should I fight it now before it has a chance to attack? It was at a higher level than me, but I had better defenses and agility. I was pretty confident I could take it in a single hit. Yeah, I'm gonna go for... I wouldn't do that. Not that thing. No, I'd attack something a lot weaker than that, to be completely honest. But I bet he's gonna do it anyway. If I won, I could probably level up and maybe even hatch. That would be the end of this egg life when all I could do was roll around. Get ready to meet your maker, Darkworm. Okay, let me see how far I've gotten so far. I'm recording. 18 and a half minutes. Okay, I'm gonna continue. Part 3. The Darkworm wriggled toward me, drooling. It thought the game was over, and now it was dinner time. Bring it on, wormy jerk. I'll lure you out to better terrain to kick your tail. I don't want to spend the rest of my life as an egg. This game of cat and mouse is over. The stat screen told me that I had better defense and agility than the worm, but it had me beat in all its other stats. Most notably, its attack power was far better than mine. Its HP was low, but mine was way lower. If this nasty guy landed just one hit on me, I was done. Yeah, what I would do is kind of try and lure it out, dodging its attacks as you go, and then if you got lucky, maybe lure it off a cliff. Like, get near the edge, and then once it goes to attack, you jump out of the way, and maybe it'll go over the edge and die? That's what I would do. Should I use my agility to strike first? That would give me an advantage, but all it would take was one counterattack and my egg life would be cut short. That was why my plan was to move to more favorable terrain, get the first strike, and deplete its HP before it could attack me back. I had no idea what attack I should use or how much damage I would do, but I thought it was a pretty good plan considering the circumstances. Okay, I don't know how I'm going to make these noises. A dark worm hissed. Okay, I gotta get away from it. Just keep running. I rolled up a hill, quickly scanning my surroundings for a good place to make my stand. I wanted to find a place with a small drop, just a few meters so that even if I fall, it wouldn't break my shell. I spotted a small bluff and rode alongside it. Okay, it's still following me. That's a good dark worm. Just keep it up. I slowed down a little, drawing the dark worm closer. It must have seen that my stamina was dropping because its cries were growing distinctly pleased. It was probably thinking, "Oh, now I finally get to eat a delicious egg." Pretty cocky for a worm. It probably thought I was an idiot since it was just an egg. Well, I'd show it. This fight was good as over. I'd slow it down and then circle around as fast as I could. Since the dark worm's body was so long, it'd take a while to turn itself all the way around. I hope you're right. Putting my plan into action, I pulled my legs up into my shell and used roll. The skill was level 2 now, so I could use it without slowing down and even accelerate abruptly. My plan worked. The dark worm couldn't keep up with how fast I was rolling. I took the opportunity to pick up speed and crashed into its flank. The friction of me spinning along the dark worm's skin started to rub it away. I threw my weight against it and charged forward with all my might. Yeah, see, I don't see a dang hole for a mouth. All I see, I think, is the eye. Right here. And there's a dark worm. I think it's creepy. This wouldn't be enough to drain its stamina, of course, but that was where the cliff came in. I used the momentum to wrap the dark worm up around my spherical surface and dove off the edge. We hurled towards the ground. The centrifugal force of my spins combined with gravity to ensure the worm hit the ground first. I had fall resistance level 2, and it had fall resistance level nothing. Please be enough. If this doesn't do it, I'm out of ideas. Ugh. We crashed to the ground. The dark worm cushioned my fall, but the impact still rocked through my entire shell. The worm was stunned and curled into a ball. Blue-black liquid streamed from its mouth as it collapsed. Ooh, looks like it took a bunch of I took a bunch of damage too. Maybe I put too much faith in fall resistance, but as long as I took the worm with me, it was worth it. Unfortunately, my enemy began to rise unsteadily back up. What? You gotta be kidding me. Come on, buddy. Chill out. You're bleeding from every orifice. Don't you think you earned a nice long nap? A dark worm turned its vacant bug eyes on me, digging its heavy back half into the ground. It reared up furiously. Huh? What's it gonna do? It looks pissed. It let out one last horrible cry before falling back. Oh, it was a fake out. Jesus, scared before it falling back onto the ground. Jesus, scary, but it's dead, right? It's dead for real this time. Gain 12 experience points. Title skill Walking Egg level blank activated. Gain 12 experience points. Whoa, good for you, Walking Egg. Way to go get that EXP. Dragon Egg's level has increased from 1 to 5. Dang. Dragon Egg has achieved max level. Evolution requirements has been fulfilled. Finally, you might get out of that egg situation. I won. All I actually did was run away, but I beat it. I leveled up a lot too. Was that due to the Walking Egg title? Walking Egg title skill? I was still a little confused by the title skills, but apparently they gained levels on their own, but passively boosted other things too. And it seemed like Walking Egg was giving me a lot of experience points. The dark worm sure made an awful weird noise when it died. Way higher pitched than its other cries. Well, it was dead, so no longer my problem. What now? Should I take the time to eat the worm? I'd chowed down on enough bugs at this point that it wasn't going to give me a pause. After all, I required lots of nutrition. Don't underestimate the needs of a growing egg. Maybe it was because I leveled up, but I could really feel my body inside the egg beginning to take shape. A fragment of shell near my mouth cracked and flaked off, perhaps knocked loose by my fall. I can feel my teeth now. Generally, I closed and opened my jaw, chomping my teeth. Yeah, I can move them. It doesn't make any sense how he's actually eaten before this point. Excited by my newfound dentition, I leaned over and bit into the dark worm back with a crunch. The worm's bitter fluid seeped out and filled my mouth. Ew. Oh, good, his HP went up. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to end this part off here. There we go. I think I'm going to end this part off here. I'll get to work on... I don't think I really have to do much editing to this thing, because there weren't any interruptions in this. But I'll see you guys next time.